Okay, I've got the microphone on. Let's see if we're coming through there. I know Chicky won't respond because she's busy at the blackboard putting the answers down for the test. If you guys can hear me, yeah, Truth Above All is doing the right thing. He's giving me a quick thumbs up. Somebody tell me that they can hear me, and I will be all good and happy, and we will try to get this thing going today. And let's see if I can actually throw us around to some channels here. And we've got some sunshine on the top of Ragnarok, doing our goodly thing. And we see our camper seems to have it looks like a trailer with an SUV on, or sorry, trailer with a quad or something on the back of it there. Anyway, good to see everyone, and I am starting slightly early here, but that's okay. Welcome to all of you who have popped in so far. We are on day 95. Yes, we missed day 94 due to technical issues of work. Mind you, day 94 wasn't very good viewing anyway. So I don't feel too bad, and I don't think we really lost out on too much, other than some of you may have a problem with your addiction, and you know, you're suffering a little bit, but you're back here today, so you're back in the lavely goodness of all of us. Out the door, yes, truth above all, 94 is out the door. You got it. And it is what it is, so we will keep going. Anyway, I'm going to say quick hi. Since I started early, I can rattle off a little bit and say hi to everyone that came in, and keep going here. Mary Putney is back. Glad to have you in here. Arizona Snowman doing his good thing. Thank you for being here, Arizona Snowman. Rayola is back. Larry Vladika. Sorry, jeez, I'm already having mouth problems. Anyway, welcome back, Larry. Paul Zill is also in the house. KT Warwick is here. Annie popped in, as well as we got Echo Debot, Dr. No Name. Welcome back, all you guys. Really glad to have you here. Of course, we've got Gary's Variety Channel, and Piggy is here as well. And please don't pick on Piggy too much. You know, we like watching Bacon, but she sometimes, I think, is a little bashful. Oh, never mind. Kunkel is also back in the house. Glad to have you here, as well as Sandra Rockland. I think I got Annie already. There's a few others that were up the list here. Jay Donaldson, I see. Welcome back. Julie Warts, welcome back. Kirsty Reynolds. My apologies, Kirsty. Got it right. And welcome. Roberto is also in the house. Saron Almighty. Okay. Almighty. Okay, well, anyway, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Linda Davis is back. Sam Hussein is back. Glad to have you guys on board. Yona from Iceland, and welcome back on board, Yona. Glad to have you here, as always. It's always nice to have people from the country where this is actually happening, because then you know you're doing something right and you're treating them well. And we try to do what we can. Doctor, give us the news, says BMC, and welcome. The Doghouse DMC, or yeah, DMC, BMC. Two different guys, okay, a lot of MCs there. Anyway, Rodney Barstow also here. Ela is in the house. I think I got Kunkel already, but welcome, and glad to have you guys on board. Scott Hartman as well, and of course we talked about Chicky already, and she's still busy at the blackboard and putting answers down, and I don't know if Piggy can help her. Silicone Avatar is back. Glad to have you here. Truth Above All is in the house. Glad to have you here. Helen Cartier is back. Theo and Santi. Oh, welcome back, you guys. Glad to have you on board. If I missed anyone, I do apologize. I'm going through the list fairly quickly here. And Alan Coker is also here. Don't want to get too many people upset when I go 20 minutes on just reading and greeting people. So Gwendolyn is also back. Ez is also back in the house. Chuckster is here. Bunch of you good regulars, which is really, really good. M.A. Dolores Lee and Jeff Burke. And welcome, you guys. And I'm going to get back down to the other end here and see how everybody is doing. And time to switch cameras. We'll switch to this view. A little bit smoky over there. And but we see that the volcano is still active. It didn't die yesterday and leave us in a lurch. It is still happening. Let's see, Virginia's also in the house. Robert also popped in here. Glad to have you guys on board, as well as Titus 310. Always good to see you back. I think I got, Sheila's in here as well. Good to have you guys in. And welcome back. And it is day 95 of our volcano eruptions. And I just figured I'd go around the cameras real quick. Now, something I did have to mention here. I had a little bit of an issue or a quirk with my XSplit software. And I will avoid trying to resize my screen, but apparently during resizing the screen, it stalls the entire computer and forces me to reboot. And I've timed that out. That takes about 6 minutes to get completely back up. So just in case that happens, guys, just in case, it will take about 6 minutes to get back up. And anyway, the reason, I don't know why it happened, but it's a newer version. And then they had, yeah, Piggy says it's a conflict somewhere. And you're right, this was an update version. And then right after that, they came out with another update. And that update as well had the same issue. So I'm assuming that they're going to have more updates, guys. So it will be interesting to see what happens. Pepsi break. Hey, this is just the start of the show there, Dr. No Name. But I should go for a Pepsi break. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, it's a beautiful day here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where we are watching our day 95 of the Icelandic volcano eruptions, which are about 5,000 kilometers away from me. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and this is the official start to the show, I guess. And I've already done a bunch of greetings here, and just wanted to kind of reiterate what happened yesterday for those who were going, hey, where's the show? Where's the show? Why is he not on? And some of them didn't go over and read the message I posted in the my 24/7 stream, but just so you guys know, I did have to work, and I did get back at about 10 minutes after midnight. So from 7:45 a.m. to 10 minutes after midnight makes for a pretty long day. And oh, Piggy, 5 quakes since 1:40 a.m. Are they getting worse, or are they still all around the same level? And Piggy is over in Greece, so she's got some shaking going on there, shaking the bacon or something. Dinkle Storm Chaser popped in. Need coffee. Oh yeah, I almost feel like needing coffee. Last night it was like I needed coffee. I'll tell you. It's a mixed bag. Okay, thanks, Piggy. And so just so you guys know, yeah, Piggy is in Greece. I'm not exactly sure how far she's away from those other volcanoes, but I think Greece is not that large of a place, and they're probably just down the road there somewhere. So James Skype is back, as well as David Ross, Pistol Pete, Colin Deadman, what is it? Markman Moiler. Liz Markman Moiler. Okay, welcome you guys. I'm glad to have you guys back on board. Also, Andrea King is back, and good to see you. Nancy Buchanan as well, and Wayne Lumley. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Welcome, Cowtown. Oh, you're down there. Yeah, Cowtown. Cowtown is the Albertan abbreviation for Calgary, Alberta. But everybody calls it Cowtown. That's the way it goes. Tony Leone is also back in the house. Glad to have you back on board, Tony. Flit Deck is also back. Of course, let's see, who else? Going south. If you go too far south, you know what happens, don't you? You end up going back north. Oh. Anyway, lots of fun. Always fun if you're going south. And you'd go right over that pole down there, and then as soon as you kept going, of course, once you get to the pole, there is only one direction. A few more people popping in here, actually lots more people popping in here, and thank you very much to everyone for joining us on day 95 of the Icelandic volcano eruptions. And we're glad to be back. Yesterday, of course, was kind of a washout. It was very poor visibility to begin with, and then I ended up going out on the proverbial work hall, if you will call it that. And it was quite a day. So I better get Wi-Fi from Nan's hearing aid right now. Better Wi-Fi? Oh my God! If you're getting better Wi-Fi from your Nan's hearing aid, there's something wrong there. Okay, we are transmitting at the proper bit rate, so I think my stream should be pretty darn stable right now. So anyway, glad to have all you guys on board. There's a whole bunch more that popped in, and let's see, who was it? DJ got in here. Glad to have you back, DJ. Diane Craig also popped in. Going south is still going south, and when going south gets to the end, I guess going south is going to have to rename and say going north. I love that name, going south. And it does mean a lot if you're up here in the cold country, as we are. Although today is 85 degrees Fahrenheit, or about, what is that, 30 Celsius or thereabouts. And it's a wonderful day. And the bunny is lazy, saying, it's too hot to be out doing anything. So we love all of it. Anyway, I wanted to pop around some more cameras here. Mark Becko is also back in the house. Glad to have you on board. I'm getting a business upgrade internet, Dr. Fox, going gig speed. Are you? Okay. Actually, the Shaw cable here are Shaw Communications. They are offering the gig connection too, and I am seriously thinking about that, and you know, that would alleviate any kind of a doubt as to speed, because then you can really crank it out, because apparently it's 1 gig up and 1 gig down. So you know, like that's a lot of space for running a lot of streams. You could multi-stream. I'd have to get more computers, one for every channel. Laura Clark is also in the house, as well as Larry Mason. Glad to have you guys on board. Did I miss anybody coming in the door? I got Katie. Let's see. I think I got you all. Oh, Philip Green. Welcome, Philip. Welcome back. I'm glad to have you on board. Oh, I had it on silent since I came. Oh, don't have it on silent. You want to hear. If you make it to the South Pole, you will fall off the planet unless you have safety line attached. Oh, is that so, Chris? Yeah, that depends on whose world you live in. Yeah. My globe that I live on is kind of roundish, so you keep on going. But for those who believe it's flat, I just ask you to simply try out a low Earth orbiting satellite. Oh, and by the way, speaking of low Earth orbiting satellites, what's his name? Elon Musk, that nice guy. That's all he uses for his internet. So, for those who are doubters and flat earthers, the fact that all those satellites going up there, they're all in low Earth orbit going around the globe. And if anybody ever doubts, we probably have some of the flat earthers using Starlink for their internet connection. So it's very cool and unique to see. Lots of fun. Anyway, so you cannot see what's up ahead. Yeah. Okay, Dr. No Name. He says God made the world round, so you cannot see what's up ahead. Well, I don't know if that's got a facts or not. Flat Earth thing, satellites are balloons. Oh yeah, of course their satellites are balloons. Except for why are we sticking our balloons on top of rockets and shooting them into space then? It doesn't make much sense, does it? Oh, too much fun, guys. It really is. Anyway, I wanted to change around here and see what else we got for views. We do see the lava in the smoke pouring out fairly steadily. And we know that the flow rate is doing what it's doing. Now, I was looking earlier to see if I could find updated flow information as in volume coming out. And I could not see anything. The best I could do was what they had on the 13th, and on the 13th they reported it to be right at 12 cubic meters per second, and they said that there was times there that they thought it may end up dropping down to 7 and 8, but I don't know what happened because it was all dark yesterday, and and since then we know the rate has been going fairly steady. So here, just popping around the cameras. This one might turn a little bit better later on. As you can see, there's a little bit of the sun is setting there, and we can see a little bit of lava flow in the foreground. So pretty cool and awesome. And the sun is setting. Let's pop it here, and of course this view here is not so bad, but also very, very smoky, unfortunately. Okay, so let's see what else we got in here. Quick peek down in the valley, and we don't see really too much more here. Pretty much looks the same. Maybe the level has gone up, and it does look a little bit more interesting with the higher level, but because we missed yesterday, I have no idea what's been going on in there. So popping back to the other cam here, that's the berm. Now we see a lot of smoke on top of that berm. I'm not sure what it's doing, and I haven't seen anyone report anything today in regards to whether it breached it up here or not. Specifically, it would probably be somewhere around here or here. those kinds of areas. So, and again, that's because of the nature of the flow. Nature wants to make it go in a straight line. I know my line's not very straight there, but that's kind of what I'm trying to depict, instead of curving around and coming down into. And I'm going to try this Nathagi. I hope I said it right. Nathagi. I'm trying, by the way. I have a guy who is willing to teach me some of those things, and has made me a very, very nice recording to try to explain how to say some of the things like Nathagi, the way I said it with the harder pronunciation, Nathagi. And that is, I'm going to tell you who it is. It's Siggy. Siggy sent me a couple of audio recordings and tried to help me out with learning that. So I'm going to be practicing those things, and I have already. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So my hats go off to Siggy for being a really cool guy and sending me those audio recordings of his voice and how he pronounces it. And of course, him being Icelandic, I would assume that he's doing exactly what he should be. So I really, really enjoy that kind of stuff. And Siggy, if you're in here listening, hats off to you, man. Okay, really. I'm going to be going over those and actually probably put headphones on and let that play all night long. And then by tomorrow morning, I should be able to speak Icelandic, right? I'm kidding. Anyway, Satronix throws in thumbs up for the stream, €2. Thank you very much. Appreciate the super chat. And again, I do have to emphasize to you guys, I don't ask for anything anytime. You do not in any way, shape, or form need to do any super chats. I do appreciate what comes in as far as the occasional super chat here and there, and sometimes guys have floored me with some of them. With the bigger ones, but nobody is obligated in any way, shape, or form. I do this stream because I love doing this stream, and I put my heart and soul into it. It don't matter if I make any money at it. That's not the idea. It's going out, building up a channel, building up a community, and getting people doing the right thing, and coming together as a group, learning, getting educated. I've learned a lot. Like I said before, I never claim to be an expert. I do have a fairly good head on my shoulders, but I do not claim to be any kind of expert when it gets to volcanoes. Don't start at Super Chat Wall. Tony Leon, thanks for the $5. Every little bit helps, and that's true. Every little bit helps, and if we get too much, I'm going to have to buy a ticket to Iceland. There we go. Now it's going to happen. Thanks, Satronix. Appreciate that. Thank you for the £1. We love that you love doing this stream. Thank you, Sandra. And it is a passion. For me, learning so much about this volcano and the entire volcanic system that drives this, and knowing that they haven't had any eruptions there for 800 years, and it's to me it's fascinating, and I'm talking in that specific area, right? So it's unique to see, and the thing about building new land, how Mother Nature does it. To me, it's just fascinating, and of course we're probably not going to see the fruits of the labor for this to become fertile land for maybe 1,000 years. But it's happening, you know, the start, it's pushing out, it's creating new Earth, and it's going to keep going. DrFox2000, you all have been seeing a strange anomaly phenomenon on YouTube taking place around the brim. Looks like a new barrier. Guten Tag caught some good footage. I have not seen that, Denny Henry, and welcome back, by the way. So I'm maybe on the break there. I might have to have a quick look or something. Let's see, a few more people popped in. Glad to have you back on board. Chris Payton is here. Let's see, who else was it that... Miss Jackie would love to visit the volcano, but they may not letting people out of Australia. Oh, they're not letting people out? Oh, if you had, from my understanding, if you had both shots, you're good to go, and you don't have COVID. They'll let you into Iceland. So, but I can't do anything if you're can't getting out of the country. That's something that you got to take up with the leaders there. So Carol Forshaw is also here. I popped in twice. Alan Coker, you popped in twice? Oh my God, I didn't notice. I mentioned you earlier. Robert Williams is also here. How much is a ticket to Iceland? Depends on where you're coming from, Rob. I don't know. Check it out on Expedia or someplace. I have no idea. Someone was saying $600-700. Oh, there goes those magic crashes again in the kitchen. This time we knew what it was, and I think I'm gonna have to. I left the window open in the kitchen, so the wind's blowing through. I like the wind. E-Joker Gaming, welcome. Point to Bob, please. Oh, you want us to point to Bob? Well, I will. I can do that. We'll go back to the screen number 1 here, just so you know where Bob used to live. Okay, and let's see if we. Point to roughly where he used to live right around here somewhere, and so something like that underneath here, and well, he was maybe a little bit fatter, but something like that. Okay, so but Bob is long gone. Actually, I can, if you give me a second here. Let's see if this will work. We can bring up Bob. I have it. I have the video here of Bob. Okay, yeah, I'll bring that up. And so if you kind of look at this video, okay, this will give you an idea of where it is. In relationship, if you look at the background, there's Theater Hill just right behind it, and so this is the original Bob. So now if we go back to that camera view, and you can kind of see the edge of Theater Hill is right over here. Whoa, I'm still on split screen. We'll fix that. So where the arrow was pointed, so that's the edge of Theater Hill. So Bob was sitting more or less somewhere right around here, and we did see him actually. If we go to the 3D, and I haven't been able to get an update on a 3D map yet, but if we go to the 3D, I can probably show you where it is here. If we tip it upright and pull it over a bit, okay, and we'll zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this piece here, this was the top back side of Bob's crater. So now this map is already a little old. It's, I think, from the 11th is when it was made, the 3D map. So it gives you a pretty good idea. And like I said, they did not include the material coming down into Nathagi down here. I'm working on it. Siggy's got me all tongue twisted here as far as the verbiage. Galdingadarler. Okay. Now there's Gardingadarlir and Gardingadarler. Dollar. So anyway, coming in and coming out. I'm gonna practice those. I'm gonna get those down yet, guys. It's gonna take the big flat Bob. Yeah. So anyway, guys, Bob is no more. Like I said, he was right there. So he's done and buried, and we don't see any more other than memories. So let's get us back to some volcano action here. And again, it is quite smoky down on the bottom end, so we can't really see how far the material has gone here, but I don't think it really has progressed very much. So those who were expecting it to be out at the end in hitting the road in 7 to 14 days may be off a little bit. You know, like I was saying before, this valley is going to fill up a little bit more because it has to get over that back end there on this side here. That area here is a little bit higher, so that was, I think it was 64 meters, as opposed to the valley floor was 48 meters or 46. I think it was 48. So so that's in meters. So that means that it had a little bit of an uphill battle to go. So hopefully they'll figure that out and you know, have a better guess at when it's going to happen. But we are still, you know, as the crow flies, still donation for Bob, rest in peace. Tony Leon, thanks for the $2. That's going to be cool. Double Pepsi on the rocks for today and yesterday. Wow, Gary's Variety Channel. Thanks for the $4.99 there. Awesome, you guys. Thank you very much. And you know, you don't have to. It's really cool though that you do. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, the lava is building up. The levels are building up in the valley, and you know, it's kind of evident by what we're looking at when we look at the valley shot. And we do still see on this side here quite a bit of earth sticking out, and of course this hill, I've been kind of watching this gravel pile as a guide to see how much it has risen. And it has come up, but not as much as I was expecting. And of course you see here we have some of the moss fires, and you can actually see that material up on the hill that has burnt a little bit. So that used to be a little bit more greener over there. So it's pretty awesome. Anyway, back to that long shot. Oh, that's a little bit cropped. We want to go to this one. And yeah, you can see in the top end some vehicles sitting over there. And they're probably inspecting the lava increase or something. Anyway, guys, let's see. I want to pop in here and see who else is in, and we'll throw it back on our multi-view real quick for now, so we can all look at that. You have a Boeing B-117 in the background there. At my place? Oh. No, that's not a Boeing. I don't know. Where? You got me looking around. Do you hear the hum? If you're hearing a lot of hum, that's the fan in the computer. It's hot here. That's why. I hope that's not coming. Is that coming through really loud or bad? I'm hoping my audio's a lot better. What do you think when the lava will reach the sea? Satronics, I said day 169. And I don't know. There's a lot of other people who have different things as far as dates, and it is very cool, very awesome. So I'm really not sure when it's going to happen. Now, a lot depends on how much of this flow continues to split up and go into Fagradalsfjall in the northeast. And I don't know what's going to happen there, but we're going to see, you know, the split. So there's a lot of people that have different days. Avatar or Silicone Avatar 165, Colin saying 139, Kunkel still at 118. Kunkel, I think you're too soon, but I don't know. and this is the nice part about this, guys. You know, when I say I don't know, it really, it's we none of us know, because the circumstances can change so much. Sandra Snyder says 149. So yeah, and these Piggy says 140. Dr. No Name 135. So it is. It looks like the volcano is doing some serious venting now. Yeah, it is. The off-gassing, you know, to me it looks like it has more smoke coming out, or more gas. When you look like camera 3, you can really see the clouds billowing up. Now we do have a lot of heat in that. You know, basically inside the volcano, it's gonna have a little bit of effect on the basic air around it, but it's also gonna create updraft, right? So it's pulling some of that smoke, but we do see a lot of the other smoke there, and I'm still curious what is all causing that smoke, or if it's just material being reheated. You know, you'd think that we would have burned off all the moisture in that area by now, and you know, if there's something new or more vicious there, we would have seen it, right? So anyway, guys, I see we're at the half-hour mark, and I was going to throw it back onto this camera here. We can see the lava flowing out. It is a little bit clearer right now, and because of it being darker, we can see inside the cone, and that's kind of the view I wanted to see. We need 170 likes now. Oh, why? Oh, we're at 168? Guys, or 162, sorry. Oh, it's going up quick. Lots of guys in the channel and or in the stream. Welcome to each and every one of you. And if you haven't popped in a like there and you like what you're seeing, please, you know, by all means, hit that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, you can hit that subscribe button down below, make that red button turn gray, and hit that bell notification to let you know when the next streams are coming. And typically we try to stream daily. It doesn't always happen though. Okay. And like yesterday was a total wash for us, unfortunately, due to work and things like that. So anyway, it was pretty good though today. When I was looking earlier, mind you, it wasn't the best views, but at least we have some views. Okay, so on that note though, I am going to go take that break. As I said, we are doing a 2-hour stream today, so we'll have an hour and a half left to go after I get back, or roughly thereabouts. And I want you guys to enjoy, play nice with the lava, don't throw any at each other. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and I will be back in about 5 minutes or so. Thank you. Okay, guys and girls, turning the microphone back on. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and we are watching the day 95 Icelandic volcano eruption, and Ragnar Rock is spilling its beans. And boy, you guys have been bugging the bugs. And you know, like somebody said, I don't think a snail is a bug, but I don't think Nightbot understands the difference. It's just a bucket of bolts, so I don't know what to say. Anyway, guys, glad to have you all on board. And of course, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. A long ways away from this Icelandic volcano, but we do appreciate it, and we do enjoy watching it. We love watching the growth and all the neat stuff that goes along with it. Quite exciting. Unfortunately, some of the views sometimes get a little bit too smoky, and it is hard to see what goes on. And this is a prime example of what we're looking at. So a little bit difficult to see when we look around. And of course, this good old angle here, which was one of the original ones. And as I mentioned before, we see our little RV. Well, it's not so little, it's got to be a massive RV, but he appears to have an SUV, or an ATV on a trailer behind now. He didn't have that before, so they must have hooked that up and put it on there just not too long ago. At least to me, that's what it looks like. Except for we got some hot lava. I don't know, I think he might be trapped there. He won't be able to pull out. He'll have to go forward and down the hill and come out that way somewhere. Anything is possible, guys. Tony Leon's throwing in a cool $2. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate the super chat. And all cool. Thank you. Let's see. Loot Mule's got his own wrench and a hammer. Yeah, actually, the hammer's probably more interesting if you're going out looking for things and wanting to pick apart lava chunks and things like that. So I got a few of them that I take along when I go out digging, depending on the material that we're digging into. Each one is a little bit different. I got a couple that are really pointy for digging really hard material. So they get in there, and then you can break it up a little bit if you need to. Okay, don't worry. Just okay, got it. All right. Maria, did I say hi to you? If not, welcome, Maria. Glad to have you on board. And let's see, who else popped in here? Rebecca Morales is also here. Space Horse is here. Bacon Stack. Yeah, it's basically, that's what it's doing there, stacking the bacon out front on the... Actually, I'm surprised that that area has built up as much as it has. If you're looking at this whole area in here, and we'll go through some of the other views, and that is something, it's really built up there. And I know it's very hard to see from this angle here, but you can see the nice lava flowing out, which is pretty awesome, and glad to see that. And let's see, go to the next view here. So again, because of the smoke, it's very difficult to see what's going on, but this whole area back here has built up. And even like this front part, you know, we remember where it was way back, and it used to spew out and come this way, and now this is all covered, right? So that's it's built up quite a bit there. Maria says, I was not apparently not paying attention to tonight's stream time. Oh, okay, well, you're here, so that's wonderful. Glad to have you on board. Let's see who else popped in. Shane Leslie Matheson is here. So laughing at the bot. Penny Lane also popped in. Glad to have you back. Status Quo is in the house. Been watching, but thought it would be my 2 thumbs up for Dr. Fox. Halibut. What? just for the halibut. Done. Okay, well, that sounds a little fishy, but I'll take it. Oh, excellent, guys. Thank you very much. I'm melting. Yeah, Don Arnold, aloha and welcome back. It is warm. It is warm. What? And the authorities must sacrificing the land that Siggy Ragnar owns. I think Siggy Ragnar. I think is Siggy Ragnar's land. That is Siggy's land. Siggy and the other. There's apparently 16 of them altogether, and they're the landowners. Now Siggy is, of course, he is one of them. I don't know the whole 9 yards behind it, but it is interesting to know that Siggy does come in here, and we do love having him on board. He's a really nice guy, and we do push and support for the landowners, of course, and it is their land after all, and it's difficult sometimes with some of the stuff that goes on, and a lot of people are saying, well, look at all the money they're making. Well, they're not making a lot of money off of this, and it's one of those things that they're not getting anything for any of the television coverage or media coverage of any type. You have a bunch of tourists going on there. Yes, they built parking lots, but and charge for the parking lots because of it costs money to make parking lots. So I don't blame them for doing that, and that's better than having people not have a place to park, kind of thing. So, but all of it, for the landowners, it's both kind of it's a treat to have the volcano there, but also it's got some all the issues and consequences that come along with it, like allowing people onto the land, as an example. If I were to go there, of course, I would treat it with dignity and respect, because it's not mine. I'm a guest, and you take in you stuff in, and you make sure you take your garbage back out, that kind of thing. So yes, Maria, Siggy is a really nice guy. He is super cool, and I really, really do appreciate him. And of course, being in touch with him through email and stuff is also nice. So and he's the guy who's helping me out with some of the linguistics, and you can bet I'm going to keep trying my best to learn how to say it, but I want to listen to his audio some more so I can get through it and get kind of the way they bend their mouth to be able to make those sounds. They have some very soft letters, or the way I call it is a soft letter, right? And compared to our German is guten German, Deutsch. Or even the Russian, in Russian you hear every syllable, every letter makes a sound. So it's always interesting to learn new languages, or even some interesting words in them. So I'm loving that. So Dr. Fox, poor Siggy and the others have actually lost land if you calculate square meters surface. And Chris, you're actually right, because of the valleys being filled up, and as I mentioned before, you know, it's going to take a long time for this thing to finish off and cool down and regroup and become, you know, fertile to a degree. We know from what others have said before, the mosses only, you know, for moss to be able to regrow in that area, and that's the first thing that's going to grow, it's going to take somewhere between 60 to 80 years once it's cooled off enough for that stuff to grow there. So just to get some of it back, you know, into a shape where you could maybe have cattle grazing or something, or you know, it's going to be a long time. And like, I don't want to sound weird, but if they want to make money off the land, they should be doing it with this volcano. And I didn't say that though. Shh, quiet, don't tell anybody. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. A few more people popped in. Matthew Ulrich, they should airdrop dirt. No, why would you want to airdrop dirt? That's awful expensive. Where would you drop it though, Matthew? That's a really interesting concept. Space Horse, okay, he's got a big long word I'm not going to try to pronounce. General Putnam is back. Honeybee is also in the house. Lou is here. Glad to have you guys back in, and good to see you all. Let's see, now 260 next. Hey, are we getting up there with the thumbs? 256? Yeah, let's see if we can push that up a little bit, guys. If you like what you're seeing, by all means, throw a thumb in there and see if we can push that up over 260 real quick. And it would be great. And in case you wonder why we kind of push on the thumbs, is the YouTube analytics really work off of that. So if you see a stream and you know, that's the more thumbs up, it basically turns the triggers or spins the dials at YouTube and says, hey, push this stream a little bit more because it's got better results and people are liking it. Let's do it, you know, let's get some more guys in there. And it happens, and it's really good to see. Also, if you haven't shared it out and you got a community channel or community tab, you could share it out on your own community tab channel there, and that brings in a few more people. You may have some similar-minded people in your fold, if you will, depending on how many subscribers and so on. So those are always interesting things that can happen. Ooh, that's scary. What is that? Again, that's somebody who wants his 5 seconds of fame, I guess. And he got it. All right, so let's see what else we got. Daryl is in the house. Daryl Spurlock, welcome back. Glad to have you on board. Brutal Avenger is also here. Make sure you guys say hi to Daryl. Wayne Sheffield is here. I've been popping in every day just to see what's changing. Amazing changes on a daily basis, you bet. And, you know, this is the thing I keep telling people. So this is a very dynamic volcano. The whole thing is very dynamic. It's changing forever. Tom Flynn is also in the house. Not sure if I mentioned you earlier, but glad to have you on board as well. Me too. Hey, Chicky, did you get all the answers on the chalkboard there? I am just curious. Victor Lafont is also here from Switzerland. Welcome on board, Victor. Glad to have you in the stream tonight. Vernon Townsend is also back after a week. Well, I'm glad you had a week. Cool Blue also back in the house. Good to have you here. The Smoking Joking is also back. Glad to have you back on board. Lou is here. Let's see. Oz is back. Sue Hayes. Glad to have all you guys back in here. So it's our regular family that's piling in, and we love it. Glad to have each and every one of you back in the chat and having a view and boo at what's going on. So yes, I did. No promises that they are correct answers. Well, Chicky, I hope you had everything right. We're gonna check it later during my next break, okay? I'll get a chance to go look at the blackboard. And we'll see. Dinkle Storm Chaser, not sure if I said hi to you, but welcome and glad to have you back on board. And that's from Holland over there, so pretty cool. Willis Horton also, I'm here for every stream you do. Okay, Willis Horton, I'm glad you are here, and thank you. We do appreciate you guys popping in for the streams. And, you know, we try to do our best to keep things going and flowing, to see what's new and that kind of thing. So having missed a day here, the major thing that I've noticed is that we have a little bit more buildup of lava, of course, in front of the volcano. And that was more evident here with, let's see if we get on the right camera. On this camera, you can kind of sort of see the piles, even though it's very, very smoky here. So it's very difficult to see what's actually going on there. But even when you're looking at the original shot, you know, you can see this here is actually built up quite a bit. I mean, this used to be down there, so we've got quite a bit of extra material sitting there. And of course this here, you know, we know there was never a cliff here. And that rise by itself, this is probably what, 10 meters, you know, you're probably 30 feet, 40 feet, and that's a lot of extra height. And how come all of a sudden, you know, this area here is 10 meters lower than where this guy parked his SUV up here or his camper, right? It's going to be interesting. This stuff will probably flow in here. This one probably going to keep going that way. This might come to here. So we'll see later if that is what happens. So it's pretty cool to see. Let's see what else we have in here. The flow being so continuous, how long do they think it will be before the lava reaches the ocean? Wayne, that is a very, very good question, and there are a lot of people guessing different days. As the crow flies, and I don't have the map loaded up, I actually closed that, but what we looked at the other day as the way it's coming out of the valley, and that was, I think, where are we here? Is this the shot? No, they're still showing the berm, but I don't have those other pictures loaded up because I had to reload things. But the direction out of the valley, and I can go to the 3D map though, and that will probably help a little bit if we go to it. So of course, here's our volcano, and right now what we're seeing is a lot of the flow coming off to the side here. And here's what I'm saying about, you know, this wasn't a sheer cliff over here. That's kind of what it looked like before, and it was kind of sloping and nice and gentle. Now we've got kind of a very stark ridge moving along here, so it's kind of interesting to see. And this, of course, is an uprising that wasn't here before. The original hill is buried underneath back here, so this is all lava material that's built up. And of course in here, there you can see just the remnants of Bob off the side of that cone from this angle. But anyway, getting back to the other thing that we were going to talk about here was it flowing into the ocean, and I don't have those other maps loaded up, as I said, but as we go down to the bottom end of the map, right now, if I can get zoomed in a little bit, and it's hard to see, the lava has gotten to about here, okay, in the path. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it should be somewhere right around here. And from that point, it was roughly to the ocean. It was, if you took a direct path, it was 1.4 kilometers. But because you're going through multiple valleys or dips and things and going around things, you're going to have material fanning out and constricting in other places. So what it looks like to me, we're probably looking at approximately just shy of 2 kilometers as far as the journey. And when that goes in, that's going to be, going to be a good question. I don't know how long it's going to take to get over there, and always kind of neat to see. So I'm just going to throw that back on here. A few questions. You got super chats. Holy Batman, who threw that in there? Loot Mule, great channel to be a part of, Doc. Thank you. Oh man, thank you very much. And also Tony Leone, thank you for the $2 super chat. Wall is small, let's build it up. And then Loot Mule did a 50 in there. Wow, thank you very much, Loot Mule. And appreciate that. That's awesome. Super chat. And thank you guys very much for the support. And as I said before, there's nobody has to do anything as far as super chatting, but thank you very much. Do appreciate it, guys, and very awesome. Sati, welcome back. Where do you see these maps? Can you send me a link? The link for the 3D map, if that's what you're after. I will, let's see. Can I do this? That might be too long for in here, but I'm going to try. Sati, get ready to copy this down. We'll see. I don't know. It's got a really long stuff to it. See if that works for you, okay? And, yes, the 3D I'm looking for. Okay, yeah, link right there. Grab it, Sadie. Grab it. So yeah, and then if you stay on that page, like you can see the older maps on there, but they will also have the updates, and you can refresh. Yeah, it's out there. It's public information. There's no sense in me trying to hide it or keep it special, and this gives you guys an opportunity to have some fun too. Just drive easy when you're doing it, because your mouse will throw you right out the door real quick. So anyway, Daryl versus Daryl fight. Oh, do we have the other Daryl here as well? Cynthia Smith is also here. Vegas girl, welcome you guys. Glad to have you on board. Bob needs a handsome headstone. Well, Cynthia, I'm not going out there to do that. Maybe the guys in the camper that are out there with the SUV, they can go over there and put one in. Be back later, General Putnam says. Okay, Daryl's. We've got Daryl's. Wait, don't run. These kinds of Daryl's are lots of fun. We can smoke here. Yeah, Loot Mule can smoke here. Well, we'll let him smoke. That's all cool, man. I like it. Also, Laura Rennie is back. Hello, fellow lava lovers. And yes, we are indeed lava lovers. And thank you for popping back in. And yeah, as far as the guys asking for how far is it going, I wanted to put that one back on real quick, and you can see, you know, it really hasn't progressed any further over here than what it was before. It's still sitting at that same rate, and of course, it's going to have to go out the valley. That's the bottom part of that, and it will go out in that direction. So hopefully it's not going to do anything crazy or wild or super unreal, but we'll see. Okay, just want to throw the cameras around a little bit. This looks pretty nice here, but still lots and lots of smoke. I want to kind of try to stay away from this view, but this is probably the best thing we can see right now. And we do see a lot of lava flow out front. Of course, our SUV was parked over here, or the camper. We can't see it in the smoke, but I'm just kind of watching this stuff in the front here is really awesome as it's coming down. So super cool. Anyway, I'm supposed to be taking a break, but I'm not supposed to leave it on this stream too long, and I will put it on the multi-stream, or this one, and I will leave it as that for now. I'm going to go take a break, you guys. So please, oh, another super chat came in. Truth above all. Here is gelding, some gelding, $1 for the stream. Gelding, Gelding Gadar there. Gelding Gadar, or Gadar. Oh, now I messed it up. Never mind. I've been practicing, guys. I got to keep doing that. It is important for me to keep pushing and keep practicing, and I will get it. I'm going to get it. By the time I'm finished streaming, I'm going to have this. And of course, I'm hoping this is going on for another 20 years. Oh man, I should be able to speak fluent Icelandic by that time. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, on that friendly note, guys, I'm going to take a break. Don't anybody go away. Doc is pending? What? Why is it pending? We're going. Why is it pending? It shouldn't be pending. Okay, we should be going. We should be doing it. Bob, I'm sailing. Yeah. What's your flow? My flow is lava. Oh, that's very funny. It's a good flow, though. Okay, guys, gonna take that break. Don't go away. If you haven't hit that like button yet, give it a quick shot. If you want to see more of the streams, you might want to hit that subscribe button as well. I'm your host, DrFox2000. I will be on a break for about 5 minutes, so don't go away. We'll be back. Okay, guys and girls, I've turned the microphone back on. I forgot to take my last drink, but I'll do that. Sneak it in between in the meantime there. And yeah, we are watching our beautiful views on here. And yeah, they're moving things around. Anyway, I wanted to stay away from that one, but I was looking more at this one here. We can see inside the crater, and the action is still churning away there. It's amazing how much churning is going on in there. So very, very cool to see, and it could be interesting to see if the lava flow is increased. You know, the amount that we see pouring out there, like, to me, it still looks like it's the same amounts coming as it was before, but I'm not sure. Okay, some people were asking where are these streams from. ruv.is is where most of them were from. There's the Visor feed as well, which is up and down, and the other ones are undetermined as far as we are concerned right now. And that's all I can say, unfortunately, but they are all live feeds, okay? So, and that's what we are indeed watching. So, pretty cool, pretty awesome. And just flipping through the other ones, we can see the lava sneaking forward there. And that's kind of still very, very smoky though. And this is the shot that everybody wants to ooh and ah at, but we have to be careful with this shot and limit our viewability of this due to other restraints, if you know what I'm saying. So for those who don't, you all know where it's at. And we won't mention those other guys. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see the amount of lava down there. And did some of the walls give way? The window looks wider, and I do agree, Sandy. It does. I think it's washed out some of that material, and if you take a look at how much action is happening inside the crater, that would stand to reason. Oh, there's a really high plume shooting it up. So we are getting a lot of gaseous ejecta happening, and you know, it's not a violent thing as far as we can see compared to a lot of the other volcanoes, but it certainly is active and showing a lot of action in there. So it's pretty cool. Lava monsters in the pool splashing around, and you're right, Daryl. And we're waiting for them to come out. There's got to be 2 or 3 of them in there to get that many waves going. I think that right side of outflow will collapse. Okay, creeks and visible in the wall of the dome. I don't know if it's going to collapse it. It's been pouring over top, and that corner, just so you know, lanthanoid, that corner was always there. This is actually coming out over top of a very old base compared to a lot of the other material. The crack used to be over on the right side of that, and I'll actually draw on here. Just like we used to have the V cut in here, and then the other side was probably from here like this, and it was pouring out this direction, right? And this stuff was flowing off of here. So this area is newer material, but this base area down underneath here, this has been sitting there for a long time, as opposed to the new material because of what we were looking at, like the original thing when it was building up, right? That bottom base, and we used to have that thing that looked like the Matterhorn sitting there, kind of, sort of. Speaking of Matterhorn, did anybody see Henrietta yet? And very, very cool. Okay, so yeah, I did a very poor drawing of the Matterhorn there. I'm sorry, guys. Not taking enough time to do my artistic talents here. And all that with just a mouse. I should get myself one of those sketch pads. That's what I need. I see some of them are really awesome and cool stuff. So with this bigger computer, definitely would be able to hook it up there and make it go. It would be awesome. So what does the fox say? What? I don't know. And who was saying, somebody was saying something about Carl Sagan earlier. And I keep hearing things about Carl Sagan, and I've been told a bunch of times that I sound like Carl Sagan. I don't know if I do. Maybe if I start using the same linguistics that he uses or chooses, I may be able to sound more like him. And he was indeed a very popular fella. So he had some interesting views and very smart cookie. But his biggest talent was being able to present that to people, you know, and that to me was one of the things. And now that you mention it, you do sound like a Canadian Carl Sagan. Thanks, Thomas. I'm going to have to work on that. Carl's voice was softer. Okay, that's possible, Alan. And he had a smoother flow in it. And like I said, part of that smoother flow was his choice of verbiage. You know, because he really had a good way of putting words together. So he actually did a really good job at choosing his language. And I think that's a talent that I don't have, but he's very good. Yeah, melodic voice, exactly. And Loot Mule says, LOL, truth. Yeah, well, that too. You know, that's that's a pretty good action inside the big lava pot there. The monsters are splashing. Daryl, did you feed the monsters tonight? Just start talking about outer space. Well, we could talk about outer space if you really wanted to. Now, consider this. From here, the signal, a radio signal, or light, from this point to just something as close as the planet Mars, is actually about 14 minutes away. You know, a lot of people don't realize the sunshine that hits their face is actually over 8 minutes old already. So, it's very interesting to see those things. Anyway, I didn't practice any of this, so I'm going to stop that and get back to volcanoes, because the ooey gooey goodness coming out of the earth is making bacon here, guys. Ooh, no space, NASA, CG. You know what? Truth above all, NASA doesn't. See, yeah. Oh boy. Okay, that's something I kind of. A lot of people don't get. When we take images of space or anything, then, you know, when you're looking at, even when you look at the moon, when you see those big pictures that people have, myself included, when we take those pictures of the moon, usually what we're doing is we're taking multiple shots. We take them all and we put them in a stacker, and we take the best shots out of that, and we stack them together to make sharper and clearer images. Then we color them, okay, to reflect more of realistic colors. So every time you see an image of outer space, somebody has manipulated the picture. You will never see those beautiful nebula out there that, like, if you look at the Eagle Nebula as an example, a lot of people, they look at that and say, oh, that's so beautiful, but how come I can't see it when I look up? It's because these are long-term exposures and taken over, in some cases, weeks or months. And you may, do hydrogen alpha for a couple of weeks, then you may do oxygen for a couple of weeks, just getting the shots of that same nebula. And then after you've done these things, your oxygen and silicone and you or sulfur, I should say, or whatever, you combine those together, right? And all of a sudden, poof, you got a beautiful looking picture, and you have to color it right. So every time you look at something, it's never the same. When you look at some of the most famous ones from NASA, from Hubble, okay, most of those pictures are manipulated in some form or another. And the exposures, it's just, that's the way it is to be able to get decent space stuff. So Sagan's Dragons of Eden, yeah, Dragons of Eden, okay, in the 70s, highly recommend for an excellent read. Yep, and I would say that too, status quo, if you guys want to do some excellent reading on some of these outer space things. Sagan is one of them. Also another one, if you like, yeah, you can look at Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm just trying to think. Let's see. Lisa Randall is another one. She's the one who put out Dark Matter and the Dinosaurs. So there's all kinds of people that you can look at and read these books, and lots of information out there. Actually, most of Carl Sagan's stuff you can actually watch on here. Hey, Tony Leone says, please hit the like button. Oh, but I don't need to hit it, do I? Holy mackerel, another $2 though. Excellent. 348 likes so far. That's awesome, guys. Really do appreciate it. And doing really, really well. I appreciate all the super chats, guys. I really do. And thank you very much to each and every one of you throwing those out. And as I said before, you guys do not have to in any way, shape, or form. I am fine without them. And, I certainly will survive. I have a reasonable occupation with a reasonable side occupation. And it does what it needs to do, and I'm not too worried about things. If I don't know how else I can put that. Certainly not loaded, but I'm comfortable, right? So anyway, as far as okay, let's see. We got Sal S.A. Hi from South Africa. Hope you all well. Okay, well, Sal from South Africa, glad to have you on board. Fortis 50K Canadian a year, not bad. Is that what? Yeah. You want to make a little bit more than that, but just a little bit. But yeah, it all depends. Doc, we all so broke we can't even pay attention Yeah, that's the problem. You know, that's when the old squirrel syndrome pops in and hey, look, squirrel. uh, yeah, lots of fun. Let's see. Anyway, it is getting close to my break time, but I'm trying to read what some of you good people are saying in the chat. People that are in full screen mode need to hear Dr. Fox say, hit that like button because they can't see the screen. Get with it, Dr. Fox, LOL. Tony Leon, I will tell them to hit the like button. Please, if you're in full screen, click the button so it goes back to normal screen and then hit the like button. That's an order from Tony. Hey, Jay threw in $5. I've been here since day one. Just do not say anything about you do an awesome job. Jay, thank you very much, and I really appreciate the super chat, and thanks. I'm glad you've been with us, and hope you keep sticking around, and we will try to make things better in the future, working on other things here to try to see what happens, but I gotta still I've got some things that I'm trying to do, but we'll work on that. Trying to make things better and maybe better views, but that's kind of up in the air. I can't say anything about it, but working on things, and that's the nice part about this is when I do have spare time, I am actually in the background doing other things, working on things. So let's see, Colin, okay, watched, all I can say is that production value and acting was great. Okay, cool. At least you got a better, or yeah, the computer is definitely doing what it's supposed to so far, and with having multiple windows open, although I don't have everything open right now. One thing I did notice though, in my office here, man, it gets warm. This thing pumps out heat. It really does. It pumps out a lot of heat. Now, also the fact that I'm now using 3 22-inch monitors on my desk, that also has an influence on it. Plus I have my old desktop still sitting up here, as well as another monitor on the floor for that one, kind of peeking at it, and then I've got several laptops running as well. One of them being the Bunny Stream server, or my 24/7 stream. So it's getting a little warmer in here, and well, I've got all the windows open, and of course it being really warm outside. I don't even know what the weather like was in Reykjavik. Let's see, WR. There we go. I want to see what that is. Laura, Bob is liquid. No, actually, Bob's not liquid. Bob is solid, but he's buried. Save cost of heating in winter. Yeah, Rodney, you bet. Actually, it probably will keep it warm in here quite decently. If I leave the monitors on, I do notice a little bit there. Okay, so let's see. How much is your electric bill? Well, I haven't seen, actually. Oh, speaking of which, I just got it. Actually, I want to see if it goes up. Hang on, I'll be right back. No, it just came in today, so I haven't even looked at it today. Usually my electricity bill, because I'm in an apartment here, is $60 to $70, and I'm thinking it's probably going to go up. Yeah, it went up $71.95, so we're up probably about $5-6 over the normal. About time to take a Pepsi break. Holy mackerel, Jay! Why, thank you. And you're right, it is that time. Do need to do that. So anyway, yeah, I said what was it, 71.95 or something like that. So we'll see if next month goes up a little bit with this new machine in here. So we've had this now for a little bit. Yeah, next month will probably show pretty good idea of what's happening. Anyway, I'm gonna throw it back to the multi-screen here so you can all ooh and ah, and I am going to take that Pepsi break. Thank you very much, Jay, for that $20 super chat. Awesome, thank you very much. And you guys don't go away. I'm going to be back in about 5 minutes. And play nice in the lava, okay? And don't throw too much at each other. That stuff hurts. And oh, I wanted to throw one thing in here. And you know, some people were talking about lava, and then when we are having the material ice for your Pepsi. Oh, Tony Leon, thank you. That's awesome. Anyway, we were talking about splatter and spatter. Okay, and I guess the British like using the word spatter, and us North Americans like using splatter. And I tried to figure out, okay, what is right and what's wrong with that, and just doing this before I take my break. So spatter are tiny particles of lava or material that are being winged out. Okay, whereas splatter are the larger cousins of those. So when you have splatter impacting on something, it can cause spatter to fly off. So leaving you on that neat thought, spatter and splatter are related. Spatter is the little guy, splatter is the big guy. You learned something new today. And so did I. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm your host, DrFox2000. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't yet. And if you want to see more of these shows, by all means, nail that subscribe button there. And I'll be back in 5, guys. Don't go away. Okay, guys and girls, I'm back, and we're gonna finish off the stream with our last half hour roughly here. And somebody was saying that there was a new vent. I don't see a new vent. I do see a lot of smoking coming off of the material that is heading down the valley. One of the things that we did kind of want to mention here, as you see this trail coming around, the original trail in here, or lower area, was out around here, and the flow came, and that was the original flow, and it left an island in the middle here that was a little bit higher, left it fairly barren, and that had now built up quite a pile of material there with deep underflowing tubes, and of course as soon as they cool, the upper material that cools gets lighter in weight, or as it cools off, and the pressure underneath from the liquid lava is still pushing in, and it lifts the material up. It starts to crack, and you start to see a bunch of different shapes of edges and things like that. Some of the blocks are the sizes of houses or apartment buildings. Others are just, you know, like a couple meters square kind of thing, or different areas. So very interesting to see the material, but I don't believe that we have anything other than some off-gassing over here, and I don't think there is any kind of a new vent forming. And the reason I say that, and if I go back to our satellite map here, or satellite image of the 3D map, if we go back over to the volcano, I just want to kind of point out where things are, and we'll have to zoom out a little bit more. So actually, just to zoom in for a second, of course you see where Bob used to be here, and this is Ragnar. That's what we're looking at now. And over here you had Sif, and then you had Hell, and then further over here you had somewhere was Ulf and Flo, right? And if you kind of look at the line, if you will, of where they are, and I'm going to try to back it out far enough so I can draw on this. And the area that we're seeing smoking is over here, okay? So what I was actually looking at, and I'm going to see if I can get my whiteboard, if I can get my mouse to work in the right place. So let's see, yeah, right color. Okay, so if we kind of draw a line like this, this is kind of the line of where the fissure is. Now, of course, it extends on further as it goes through. So if I go zoom out a little bit more, because even the original eruption they thought was going to happen, let's see, okay, oh, my line is staying put. Oh yeah, that ain't gonna work. I'm gonna have to redraw that line. Anyway, the original, like, even if we move that down a little bit, the original eruption was going to be actually down here somewhere, is where they thought it might happen, or somewhere in the back here, maybe under Theater and Hill, so in those areas, not where it opened up here, as far as I understood. So I may be wrong with that, but that was kind of the original understanding. So to have another vent form over on this side here is going to be something of a kind of like, I don't think that's going to happen thing, right? So, but you never know, you never do know, and as I keep always saying, is let's not put ourselves into a corner, because it could happen, and definitely could happen, that we have another vent open up somewhere. Now, the thing with vents opening up, what we noticed before when all of the other vents opened, that the flow rate remained the same. So when we had the multiple vents, like flow, like when flow opened up, Bob and flow still put out the same amount. So the volume didn't go up. So I agree with you, Doc. Ragnarok consuming all the energy, and pressure is surrounding chambers. Yeah, it's truth above all. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And anyway, this is my take on this. So, if somebody has an objection or thinks that it was different or whatever, you're entitled to those opinions, of course. I'm just thinking that the way things are happening is that, just like what Truth Above All said, right now Ragnar is what's taking everything up. Those tubes in Ragnar are well developed, well established. It's basically a couple of straws going into a major source way down below, and I'm thinking it's two or three, or well, at least two. We know there's two that are open, and that's kind of what we're feeling with what we're seeing. So one may be pushing in more gas than the other one, or at least this is kind of my belief of what I've seen. So if we do still have that happening, but it is what it is. But the plumbing down below definitely has changed. When you had the multiple vents, it's almost like you had multiple straws trying to tap off of that same source, and it kept the flow rate the same at the same levels, right? So pretty awesome, pretty cool to kind of see, and it makes you wonder, how's that thing actually working down below? It's hard to tell. I mean, we can't really know what's going on down there because we have no way of sending anything down to take a look. So at least not that I am aware of. Okay, so let's see, a bunch more people popped in right near the end of the show here, so we got the last 15 minutes happening, and Flo was a dark horse, no offense. Well, yeah, and Flo being way down at the other end, it was actually very unique to see all of those vents pop open and do their thing. And if you want to go back and see that, that's on day 17, is where that footage lies. And there's some very, very interesting stuff there if you guys wanted to have a look at it. So if you go back in the playlist of all the streams, day 17 is the one that you wanted to have a look at, to be able to see the birth of Flo, or actually of I guess Ragnar, Flo, Sif, all of them as that whole progression came along, and it was pretty awesome. Oh, Jay throws another $10 in there. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate that super chat, and you're welcome. Glad to be here. Glad to be doing what I'm doing, and always awesome to have the super chats, guys. And like I keep telling you, there's no obligation in any way to the super chat, and I do appreciate it though, and I will definitely put the money to good uses. So, Pastafarian is a global religion. Yes, actually, they have. I'm not sure if it was Chicago where they started, but Pastafarians are all over the place. So look out for the flying spaghetti monster, guys. And he is always interesting to see that guy. And I guess the rise of Pastafarians is directly proportional to the decrease of pirates. So please go check yourself out there and see, because that has a direct correlation. So if you check out pirates, versus Rastafarians, you'll find that there is a definite correlation, guys. Oh, it is so much fun to do that. Anyway, I just wanted to pop back onto this one here for a couple of minutes, and we're just going to talk about this. It's still very smoky, but as you can see, there is a very large lava flow pushing up right up against Theater Hill in the foreground. We do see the material on this side pouring out, and that's where that camper was parked over here somewhere, and looks pretty awesome. By the way, when we talk about the camper, for those who are new, it's just some lava that was shaped and looked like a camper. Okay, actually, if we have this view up, yeah, you can see it. It's right here, and he's got his he's got a little ATV on the trailer in the back here. So. Sorry, didn't get that button hit in time there, but had to cough. My apologies. Okay, so anyway, I'm still waiting for that lava to go down here, and that'll be interesting to see. And that's kind of the same. You know, if you guys remember, we used to have a fairly steep ridge here, and this was several meters down to the floor level. And that is no longer the case. The lava has overflown and rebuilt, and you can see where this fall edge is. So it's created itself some steps coming down. So step, step, step down, and you know, as it's going down. And what it's doing is it's looking for its lowest point. And this is going to continue to fill up the valleys. Both on both sides of you know, whether it's the Upper Meridalia or Gelding Gedarlair, either side, both of them are going to get filled up, and once the material raises up high enough, it's going to continue to pour out. If we get more cooling again, it will be interesting to see what happens. Anyway, I'm going to throw back on this longer shot here. I know it's not as pretty, but I prefer to look at this one because you can actually see inside the cone and see the action of the lava gods playing bubble bath in there or whatever they're doing. Lava pond, try it. Yeah, it's cool, awesome to see, and very, very interesting to see all of it, guys. So love it. And anyway, okay, we're looking at the last, what is it, I got about 8 minutes left. So yeah, Gesundheit, germ or mineral. I think it's probably mineral. No, actually it's pollen. So I don't know how we do that. Oh, yeah, actually that's the one thing about here. This is what we consider spring, even though it's turned from spring to summer very quickly. There is a lot of pollen in the air, and I am allergic to some things, but you know, when the trees start, wind blows and you can actually see the pollen coming off of the little flowers and stuff. And you know, most of us are wearing masks when we're out and about, but it still gets into your system, right? And Techo World, please, not so many emojis, please. If you can limit it to about 5 emojis, we would really appreciate it. We do enjoy people's enthusiasm, but if you can kind of just hold your horses back a little bit with those, we'd really would appreciate that. I'm not trying to be nasty or rude. It's just as soon as you put those amount of emojis in, the bot wants to kick you out right away, and we have to kind of stop the bot from doing that and just kind of politely tell you that it happens. So, you know, please refrain from doing that. Anyway, yeah, if we want to hit those like buttons, I see we're at 4:15. We got to get up to at least 4:20. We got a few minutes left here. I think 6 minutes before the end of the stream. So let's see if we can hit that. Oh, 4:17 already. I think we'll probably get over the 4:20 mark. Oh, there we go. Already over 4:20. We're at 4:21, and awesome. 4:24. Thank you guys. Super stuff, and really do appreciate it. Oh, we're shooting 427 now. That was a good engine. 428 was a good engine too. Okay, let's shoot for the next one. 454. Okay, that was a pretty decent engine as well. So was the 431 out there. Anyway, that was a race engine actually. 431. Looking at some of the numbers, just going crazy. Anyway, I'm not a mechanic, guys, but I do have a mechanical aptitude, and I do like engines, and both in full size and small size. Problem is working on the full size ones. It's always difficult because of my back and stuff. But model size are pretty cool too, and love seeing some of that stuff go when you put them in go-karts and things like that. Little helicopters. So all works out great. But I found as of late it's better and easier and neater to do electric stuff rather than mess with gasoline engines, and less likely to burn your fingers and not so smelly and all kinds of things. Lava level is rising, you betcha. Anyway, I'll take another quick trip around all the cameras just so we can see what's going on. Oh, I wanted to get rid of the arrows there. We can see from our original view here, and looking at what used to be an empty gelding Gedarlier is definitely filled up and overflowing overwhelmingly. Its capacity was taken out a long time ago. I think 160, the lava hits, oh, Jay, okay, 160 days. Okay, so you're not too far away off of mine, and I'm at 169, and there's a lot of people in that area, and it's going to be interesting to see when it does. And thanks for the super chat, Jay. Very awesome. Okay, so that was that view, and of course here we got this one looking right into the cauldron, if you will, or the big cooking pot of lava, just pouring out like crazy, and somebody's hand just went by. Gotta love it. A couple seconds of fame there. Interesting. And I'm wondering myself if that mouth of this thing is going to get a little bit bigger or wider, or if it's going to wear out some of the edges, and the flow pattern is going to change slightly, and it could be interesting and neat. Longer range shot, we do see material here, and that's probably heading down to Fagradalsfjall, and as well as here it's going to heat up and push down. So when it does that, actually, when it surrounds, and we got this is that higher ground that was in here. But what's going to happen if this pushes around and this pushes around? There's some pretty big chunks of material here. And if you guys remember, we were watching those videos way back when there was material flowing down the hill, when the rescue guys did the video. They did that video where you seen chunks come down that were the size of 3-story high apartment blocks as they were sliding down the hill and breaking up. So some of these pieces can get awful big, And with this kind of a pattern here, what we could end up getting is we could get a reservoir built up again, and then when it breaks, it pushes down more lava into that end. Now, I did not get an opportunity to check on the still cams today, but I thought it was kind of neat. Anyway, I'm going to go through the other ones beforehand. I go back to the really interesting one, and so here we're back down in the Hæðarpunktar Valley, and we see this was the original. Well, this was the secondary path, I should say, and that came from Geldingadalur up in the north, and then this here and this side is where it was coming down from the southern Fagradalsfjall in the area and pushing through. So the lava is headed out this direction. Some of it did go up here, but that's a dead end, so it's going to not go too far there. But this is the exit here, and that's the one we're going to be watching for to see where it goes. And I will try to load up my other shot that I had there, the still shot, for the next stream. Anyway, I'm throwing that one on. I just want to throw it back onto here. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's just about it. So I'm going to wrap it up and end off with this. And I am going to say thank you everyone for being here. And we are basically out of time. It's 2 hours and a little bit. I thank everyone for being in the channel. If you liked what you've seen today and you haven't hit the like button yet, please do. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to see more in the future, by all means, go ahead and smack that subscribe button there, or bop the fox on the nose and then slide over to the subscribe button and do it that way. If you're using a smaller device. If you're using a TV, don't bop the fox, please. Anyway, if you're looking for when the streams are actually on, and I'm going to move back to our multi-screen here. When the stream is actually on, you can always look down below the stream. I do have the times listed there. I also have the times listed over, because the stream isn't always on, I have it listed in my own channel, or sort of my regular channel. And let's see if I go copy there, and then I can put that link in here. So what's his name? I'll get that in there. Let's see, we'll do it that way. So if you guys wanted to go have a look at the other stream, usually showing the bunny cam there. So anyway, I'm going to say good evening to everyone. I want to say a special thank you to all the super chatters tonight. You guys are really awesome, and thank you very much. I appreciate it. And like I said before, we don't need the super chats. And you know, I do appreciate though that you do them, and we will put the money to good use. So thank you very much for that. You guys are awesome. Also, each and every one of you that has come in here tonight, without you the stream wouldn't be here. So thank you to each and every one of you, you know, all of you. And I hope you enjoyed tonight. I hope it was entertaining enough that you'll come back tomorrow night. And yes, we are going to shoot for tomorrow again, and that'll be same time, same place, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, which will be 7 p.m. Eastern, or 2300 Icelandic Time, same as UTC. So hopefully that's all good for you guys. On that friendly note, take care everyone, and we will see you tomorrow night. And for those out there, I know some of you really wait for me to say this last line. Please tell your loved ones you love them, for tomorrow is never promised. Good night, everyone. Thank you.